Yes, Dr. Afolabi. Hello. Amut. You have to unmute yourself.
Hello, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, as I just received the message from you, one of my colleagues, his car just developed problems. So that was the time I was trying to take him home that the message came in.
Okay.
And so I just dropped him. I could quickly run back.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you say you
How's
want
good today, sir?
fine.
Your day is very busy, sir.
Yes, I'm very busy. Even now I'm tired because I know that tomorrow I will not have time also. That was why
That is it.
Very late because we have a train tomorrow and I will not have time.
That is it.
So what is the
Yes, the looking at the results, sir. I was just thinking the social demographic characteristics, the table. Social characteristics. I noticed that we have 1 to 3. The table 1 to 3.
No, why it's just like that is all of them are still social demographic unless you want to give it different name. And you cannot put them because if the table that will be more than 1 page is not good enough, that just break into that is mean like continuation. It just means continuation. All of them cannot take 1 table.
Okay.
Another way to that they can call it to 1A, 1B, 1. So all of them 1 to 3 can be 1A, PC.
1B,
and not like that.
Okay.
Since all of them are still talking about the same thing.
Exactly.
But it's plenty, so you cannot put it in 1 table will not take, and it's not good for 1 table to span about 3 pages.
Okay.
I start to break it to smaller tables.
Okay. Then the class under that social demographic characteristics. After the school type, then class. GSS1 to GSS3, SS3. Where the selection, that's a selection technique was designed such that because the total sample size is 432. So what I did it was I divided that 432 by the number of schools that I needed, which was schools. So 432 divided by 8 schools was 54. So 54 students was taken from each school. So in each of the schools, I now divided the 54 by the number of classes. That's GSS1 to SS3. That is 9 students per class. That's 9 students in GSS1, GSS2, GSS3, SS1, SS3. So it is expected that throughout GSS1, the total number of students that I took there was 72. So 72 across board. But I'm seeing here GSS1 68, GSS2 77, GSS3 72, SS1 69, SS2 74, SS3.
That is what is here now. That's what you enter. I didn't change it. That's what you enter now into your data set. It's not like that when the other person analyze it. Was it not like that?
He also had he had the stuff like, but when I explained to him, it was not like that. The way I explained that, it means that maybe there was a mistake in the entry. So I don't know how do we.
You want to do now? That's a very difficult thing to do Because
it will be difficult.
yes, now, because when you start altering something, what will be a problem?
Because by the sampling technique, each class is actually supposed to be 72. So I think I don't know, maybe there was a mistake in the entry.
It's you that enter it now. You can check the Excel. Okay, it's not Excel, it's SPSS.
The SPSS, sorry.
Yes. You can check it now. Check and make the correction. If you make the correction, you feel that you want to enter it so that all of them are the same. You can do that and send it to me.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Because if you don't do that now, if somebody just change figure, it will backfire.
Okay.
Because maybe later, maybe we'll go for exam, they just see the data set. So you discover that whatever is there, you will have forgotten all the alteration you make. If you try to cook it, you will have forgotten. So it's better you, since it's not you that enter it.
I'm the one that entered it myself.
If you are the one that enter it, don't look at
it
and check through and see the one that will be, make sure it's 72, 72, 72. You'll be able to know maybe mention where you made mistake. Or you can go and check the questionnaire now. And make the correct.
Yes,
you know, but it's like you didn't do serial number. Did you write serial number on your questionnaire?
I wrote it here. I used serial number for questionnaire.
But it's like when I got the data set, you didn't enter the serial number now.
Follow because the person that helped me to do the thing, he said, I don't need to, since I don't need to really follow the serial number. That's so long I put the, what's it called? The class, the age.
That's why you will have it. Okay. Now, when you want to make the correction, how will you know the? You are supposed the serial number you write in the question. You are supposed to create. You don't need to follow it per se, but you need to create a question, a question that calls serial number.
Yes, I serially wrote. I did the. I wrote the number serially on the questionnaires.
You do enter it. It's like when I open it, it was me that now put serial number. Like when I opened that thing, there was no serial number. You didn't in the data set. There was no. You didn't enter serial number on the data set.
Well, the first column is serial number, sir. Okay. The first column is serial.
Maybe it's not your own. Maybe it's another page. I thought maybe because I thought there was a data set. I have to now put serial number. As I opened, I discovered that the person did not include serial number. And I created it. Before I start running it, and I created the serial number. Just number it like that. Because
the first is serial number, sir. Is serial number.
Okay. Then I want to confirm what you just said now. If I sort by your this, let me sort because
okay.
If I sort my mail, if I download it new, if I download the same thing, if I can, I'll be able to see. Anyway, as I'm doing that, you can go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Then we have talked about the table 1 and 2 and 3. Talking about mean. Okay, not.
You must be feeling terrible right now. Table 2 and 3. And you want to share? Do you have it? You want to share from your side or want me to share from here?
Let's share from your side, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't connect it with my laptop.
Okay, let me see. Just a minute. Yes, sir. Listen to me. Please make a check for 50,000. Yes, for 50,000.
Keep the names of the payer and of the payee blank for now. Understand? Okay.
Okay, we show the table so you can see.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Somebody's calling for MSC. Hello?
Yeah, I should make this one to 1A.
Just hold on, Mr. Dr. Afolabi, hold on. Yes, go on. Good evening. Okay, yeah, I can see. Okay. 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 Okay.
So we want to send that email tomorrow. So I want to know. I want to send your company name to the procurement units.
Okay.
So I can send it by tomorrow. Because tomorrow they will start sending that directly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to know your company name. I know I have your email address. It looks personal.
Yes. Yeah. It's even the company email. I never something. I don't usually open it. That's the problem. I don't usually. Oh, you want me to send that one? Yes. Yes. Every consulting. Yes. Every consulting limited. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, you know. When I just use that one. Okay, you want email that is company. You know, sometimes I have the email. Once you don't use it often, you know, most of the years, when you don't use it often, sometimes even the password you forget it, something like that. So I'm used to this one. Okay, okay. That's fine. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Take care. Yeah. Regard. Hans. Oh, go on. Dr. Afolabi, go on here.
I said this one can be named table 1A. Abi?
Okay, you can do that if you want to. Table 1A, social characteristics.
Okay. So, but under that table 1A, sir. Hello?
I'm listening.
I noticed that the age, of course, we agreed that it's going to be that we're going to use early and late adolescents, 10 to 14, 15. I just want to ask, I am not disputing the fact that everything has been done perfectly. Is there any need to talk about the median age of the subjects? Or there's no need?
Yeah, it's mean and median. Yes, I even wanted to put it. Yeah, what can put it? I will do that. Mean and median.
Yeah, I noticed that.
We can put it mean and median, yes. In age. Okay. In there, I will run it and put it.
Okay. Then coming to table 8.
Okay.
Table
you know, when
8.
you start later, you have to now rename, because since we are changing the number to 1A, 1B, so you have to rename all those tables, you have to now renumber them. And table 8, okay, this is it.
Okay, yeah, table 8. I also noticed there that the school type, under school type, were public and private.
Yeah.
Private. Then the p-value that is there is less than 0.001.
Yeah.
Now,
you say how?
Looking at looking at the table, it's like the reference is, we are using public as reference. Abi?
When it's during the logistic regression, I use public as reference. So here there's nothing like reference. So you just look at, you see the proportion that have optimal intelligence is higher in private. 31.5% of the private have optimal intelligence, as opposed to only 7.9% of public. Yes, I mean, so it's obvious that the proportion that have optimal intelligence is higher in private. And that was why during the logistic regression, we now use the public as reference. The reference means I just want to know how many times, since private is higher, how many times people in private is more likely to have higher intelligence than public.
Okay.
You get it now?
Yes, sir.
And that was, I think it's the result. I explained it in the results. The logistic regression, we go to the last one, I think it's still one of the ones that is significant. Or is it the yes? Public, can you see? Why you say that the private children, okay, student in private, the second sentence, children in private school were 4 times more likely to have optimal intelligence than those in public school. And it could be as high as 8 times. So it is, you cannot be talking of a reference unless you come to that logistic regression.
Okay.
Yes, on this table, I just the table of association. So there's nothing like reference, but it's able to help us to know if you want to do logistics, which one should be the reference. Yes, I mean now. If we make private reference now, what will happen? The odd ratio will not be all those 2 times. It will be 0 point something, telling you that private or public, because if you make private reference, you are trying to say how many times public are more likely to have optimal intelligence than private. Of course, since the intelligence is lower among the public, so if you try to want to know how many times public is more likely, it will be 0 point something now. So the interpretation will be backward. So that is why when you look at the result now, you know where the intelligence is higher. You now use the other one that is lower as the reference. You get it now?
Okay.
If you look at the age also, the intelligence is higher with age group 10 to 11 and 10 to 14. So when we're using the something now, we now use age group 15 to 19 as the reference. So we try to see how many times the age group 10 to 14 are more likely to have optimal intelligence than age group 15 to 19.
So, sir, at this point, in this table 8, you cannot be talking about how many times the child is likely to be
you cannot talk. All you need to say, there is an association between age and intelligence. We now say that, the people in age group 10 to 14 are more likely to have intelligence. But you know, they just put prior, you now put bracket 29.5%. You are telling us that 29.5% of them we have optimal intelligence, as opposed to 40.7% of the age group 50 to 90. So it is obvious that age group 10 to 14 are more likely to be intelligent. But you cannot quantify here because it's the odd ratio that we're able to quantify. You didn't do odd ratio yet. So yes, I mean, it's just an association. Just to tell you that, more of the age group 10 to 14 have optimal intelligence than age group 15 to 19. It's the same thing with more private have optimal intelligence than public. You get it now? So, and the other one, the class, there is no association. In that one that the p-value is not significant. So there is no association between intelligence and class. There is the class the person belongs.
So, because there is no association, do we still need to put it on the table like this?
Yes. Now, if you don't put it, how do you know? The table is just showing. It's not from the table you are interpreting the result from. Whether association or you have to put it on the table. If you don't put it, let's say, put it. Let's see if there is. As if you didn't analyze it. So it's not only thing that is significant you put on the table. You put everything. You now interpret from the table.
Okay, so the 2 things that are significant on this table now are the
age and school, type of school.
Type of school. Okay.
No, and also work to school. but that one they are useless. How often take snacks? If you look at all those ones, they are just something, they are not true factor. That's why if you look at all those, how often take snacks, it shows that the people that take snack are more likely. If you look at it, as the number of snacks increases, the intelligence increases. But it's not true. That's why you talk about confounder. Maybe the reason is that most of the people in private are more likely to take snack. Private school, they are people from high socioeconomic class. Yes, I mean that. You're more likely have money to buy snack, or the parents give them snacks to school. The people in public school will not give. They don't have. They give you gari and boil.
So it will not, of course, it will not have any impact on, on whether or not the child.
No, you explaining on this table. You see, people that takes three times or 4 times, snack 3 times or 4 times per day are most likely to have optimal intelligence. You see, I put in bracket 24.5%. But it doesn't even show trend much. Though it still shows that if you look at it, the known is 10 points, is the smallest. The 3 times or more is the highest. But if you look at it, in between, once is even higher than twice. But if you look at the trend, it shows that it's increasing. So you can just say the group, you won't talk, if you may not talk about trend, just say that the 3 or more are more likely, followed by ones, then none are least likely. That's all. Then for the walk to school, the people that walk to school, that don't walk to school. So the people that don't walk to school, you know that their parents, somebody dropped them, is they used to school. So if you look at it, they are more likely to have higher intelligence, optimal. So it's not whether the car carry you now that is intelligent. It's because there's a confounder. The confounder is a socioeconomic class. Most of those people that don't walk to school, they will be in private school. Yes, I mean now. So that's why when we now put all those things that are significant, we put them in regression, the last table, the multiple regression, which is this, or the one on the right. That is the, you remove confounder, you run them together. You see that it's only few that are, all those other ones that were significant, they are no more significant. So look at it, they are significant with simple regression, yes. Because the simple regression and the chi-square you do, almost the same. Both of them are bivariate analysis. So it's almost the same thing. So it's actually the same thing. So then the multiple regression is where you remove the confounder. Can you see that? So after you remove, it's only the age and the type of school. And the food people eat, whether the person eats adults plate or half or quarter adult plate. So but the food also, to me, it may still be a function of socioeconomic class. The poor people, they eat heavily, while the rich people, children, they don't eat much. But they may eat things that have high calorie. They don't eat much. But the poor people eat every day. So, because, well, maybe somebody eat too much also. You will not be able to read. If a child eat too much also, he will not concentrate in school. But you can see, it's obvious that the type of school, that age, I don't know the way it is like that. You will see also that after you remove confounder, the BMI, which is a cross, that's why I put it as #1 variable. The BMI is not a factor, no more a factor. Some of those things you see with the BMI, maybe it's the school. No. Maybe it's the type of school confirmed for it. You get it now?
Okay. Yes, sir. Hello?
I'm listening. I'm listening now.
Okay. Looking at, okay, I think I've gotten that explanation for the food intake thing that you mentioned now. Sir, I don't know. Talking about the median score for this RPM score.
Yeah. For the intelligence score.
Yeah, the intelligence score. That's the one before the grades and the
and look at it. I'm showing it now. 6. And look at it now.
I can see now. You mean? You see the same thing as interquarter range?
You mean?
You mean?
No,
is it median, Rabbit? That should be the interquarter range.
No, it's different. No, sometimes you say if you put median, you put interquarter. I can put the interquarter range. Just to show sometimes the median, because it's scoring something you score is subjective. So the mean and the median may be different.
Okay.
So we can put the interquarter range there also. I can put it so that as you have mean plus or minus standard deviation, you have median with interquarter range.
Okay. Because I saw one work like that where I think they put that there.
That's why they say. They say whenever you use median, you use interquarter range.
Okay.
Things that have no meaning. And that also info. So you can put it.
Okay. Now, arranging these tables now, all these tables from all the analysis, I try to arrange them based on the objectives.
Objective.
Yes. Because the first objective is to determine the nutritional status of the adolescents.
That will be
looking at
after the social demographic. That would be the after the social demographic, you have to come first in anything you are doing. Yes. After that one, you put the percentile.
Economic will also follow. After social economic follows.
Yes, it will follow. Before that objective is it not the percentile BMI percentile?
The BMI percentile is, it's the BMI percentile.
Yeah, you not put it. It's a graph. It's a graph.
But if you look at the objective, you said to determine nutritional status using anthropometry. I don't know whether that one too was.
You know me is something that is anthropometric now. The BMI percentile is the anthropometric.
Weight and height.
There is not.
Okay, that's the anthropometric. So I put that one there, and then under it I also put the dietary. Let me check again.
That is the only that's the only nutritional status. All those things, they are not nutritional status. They are just dietary history or dietary intake. They are not nutritional status.
Where would that one be, sir?
Which one?
This table 5, dietary intake, is not going to be under the first objective.
To me, you should follow this. So those questionnaires, how do you put it? They follow the social demographics now. That's what I'm looking at. They follow it.
You followed it. So it should be part of the social demographic.
No, it may not be part of it. After social demographic, it should be the next one.
Okay, I should just put it. Okay. Then, so the only one that we use for this one is that graph. That first objective is that graph on BMI percentile.
Yes, now what do you want to do? All those other ones, you are not using them. All those waist circumference, waist hip ratio, hand. Those are the other things that are there. You cannot use, You cannot put weight. You know, weight and height is useless for children. Yes, I mean,
yes.
Even for adults, weight and height is useless because it's weight for height that matter, which is the BMI. It's weight for your height. If you say somebody weigh 60 and say somebody weight 80, before you can be saying that this weight is much, look at their height. The person that weighs 70, you think is smaller than 80, maybe more obese, maybe it's very short. And the person that weighs that 80 is very tall. You understand me? So that's why weight and height, it don't even make any meaning, especially for children that they are growing. So it doesn't have meaning to go and tabulate it and say, this one weigh, but they are not of the same weight age now. Somebody can weigh 30, another person weigh 40. You cannot say the person that weigh 40, the child that weigh 40, is big. It depends on the age. If it's rather older than the one that weighs 30, is under. So that is why weight on its own does not make any meaning. And height until you combine it into that BMI.
Okay. Then objective 2, determine IQ. That's the intelligence of the adolescents.
And those are the table on IQ, and those two tables, 6 and 7.
7. All right. Then objective number 3, association between BMI, percentile, and IQ. Intelligence.
So, all these BMI and what? Is it 3 and
BMI
4? Yes, BMI. If you see where we do constellation between BMI and intelligence, that's the answer for that one. BMI and percentile and intelligence.
Table 12. Is table 12.
And the last table also. The last table that talks about logistics.
Okay.
Also outside. No. Yes, table 12 and the last table. Because sometimes you can have 2 objectives on one table. One table can answer 2 objectives. And 2 tables, more than one table can answer 1 objective.
Okay. So, but if I want to put it now, that last table will be the last I will put, not.
Yes, no, the last because, you know why?
Yes, sir.
All this cross tabulation, like this one now, on its own, you look at association between intelligence and BMI. Then all those other cross tabulation we did with social demographic, looking at association between intelligence and all those social demographic. We know that you're going to see many associations, even including the one for the BMI. It may not be true. It may not be true. But the fact that the statistical association doesn't mean anything because there may be confounder. And most common confounders are all those social demographics. They are the common confounders. So they may be confounded. When you look at this one now, we saw that the intelligence increased with the BMI. As if you are more obese, you'll be intelligent. That's what it's showing. But when you know the essence of that last table, logistic regression, multivariable analysis, is to remove confounder, anything that is false, to help us eliminate it, and always show the genuine one. So when we do it now, it's only on the right side, that right side though, the multiple regression. So it's one that shows that only few of these things are real factors. And those are the ones that are significant. That shows that even this BMI is just telling you that it's not true. It's all those things that are confounding for you. You know that we already established that the people in private school higher socioeconomic class will more likely have higher intelligence. So they are more likely, if there's anybody that will be chubby, overweight, obese, they are more likely. Is this somebody that a child that is not eating well from day one that will be obese? So that will be the people that are eating well now.
Yes. So the other thing again here is that the Fisher exact P on this table 12, Precisely. Why? Because is chi-square. Yeah, I was thinking, okay, we can't use chi-square. We're supposed to use chi-square.
You want to use chi-square? You say you want to use chi-square?
I was thinking it's chi-square. We should, because Fisher is for smaller sample size, I guess.
No. Oh, this is our lecture. People have not grabbed it. Maybe because you have not been attending our workshop. Just lecture you are listening to.
Once I finish this one, I need to key into that side. That one is not.
Not when you finish. You are supposed to have. I don't know when you use it. It's when you finish your exam you key into. When you finish your pass, it's not before that time you should know.
It's not when I finish. I want to. Once I finish this, I want to key in now.
Okay. Whenever you have more than 20% of the cells with expected value less than 5, or if there's any one cell at all with expected value less than 1, chi-square is not valid. So if chi-square is not valid, the alternative Fisher exactly. No, chi-square has its own p-value, but the Fisher exact, it just p-value directly. It's probability directly. It doesn't have any statistic attached to it. It's the same p-value, it's a p-value also. So in this case now, how many cells do you have in this one? This table 12 now.
They said 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 3.
4 by 3. Or 4 by 2.
4 by 2, yes or no? Yes.
Because you are counting, you are not supposed to count total. This total is not part of it.
4 by 2, sir.
Yes and no. Those are 2 categories of intelligence. Optimal intelligence, yes or no. Either optimal or no optimal intelligence. Those are 2 categories. While the BMI placenta is 4 categories. 4 times 2 making 8. There are 8 cells. If we check it now, from these 8 cells, you will see that 1% of 8 cells will be 12.5. 1 out of 8 is 12.5%. 2 out of 8 will be 25.5. If we have 2 of these cells with expected value less than 5, chi-square is not valid. And that is what has happened. If you want to check now, how do you calculate the expected value? Row total times column total. I'm sure the cell that will be culprit will be this one that has 4 and 3. Because if you see their total, it's 85. The column total is 85, and the row total is either 8 or 4. If you multiply 85 by 8 divided by 432, it will be less than 5. If you multiply 85 by 4 divided by 432, it will be less than 5. Okay. You get it now. So that was why the chi-square is not valid without opt for Fisher exact. If chi-square is not valid, the corresponding p-value will not be valid. And that's why we opt for Fisher exact. You get it now?
Yes, sir.
So whenever you use Fisher, so the final judgment will be Fisher exact P. Whenever we put Fisher exact P there, it's because the chi-square is not valid. You will not use the P. Sometimes the value may even be the same, or they are close.
Because they are different. I said the chi-square P is 0.004. Fisher exact P, 0.00.
Yeah, it's still significant also. But of course, 0.004 is more significant. But whenever you use Fisher exact P, it's written there. That shows that case is not valid. That case is not valid. You get it?
Yes, sir. Okay. So because the p-value is showing 0.0, but is because the chi-square is not valid, we cannot take that p-value as being
exactly
significant.
And now you use the Fisher exact p-value. Because that Fisher exact p also is p-value. It's directly calculated. It's direct p-value. It's not calculated based on the chi-square. You hear it now?
Yes, sir. Now, sir, looking at...
Give me tissue.
Looking at...
Give me tissue.
Table 10. Table 10.
Yes.
I noticed that Fisher exact P is also used.
Huh?
Fisher exact P. What is used there? Particularly for those that take breakfast.
Lunch? No, breakfast is not Fisher exact P. It's p-value. It's the chi-square p-value. The one that I have to I put the asterisk, I put something to show that lunch, take lunch, Fisher exact P. Food preparation techniques, those are the two that have Fisher exact P here.
Exactly.
Look at the sign I put, and they are not significant, so don't even bother yourself.
I didn't bother.
Not bother.
Okay. Then, so sir, anyone that is not significant, do I still need to talk about them too in the...
No, you can just, if you want to, you can say, if you expect, you can say there is no significant association between this and this, between the so and intelligent. And you now code the p-value, that's all.
Okay. All right.
Then the one that is an association, you say there is an association. You now explain that so is more likely to have optimal intelligence, and you now put the percentage there. Whenever there is association, you have to explain further and put the percentage.
Okay. Sorry, sir.
No problem, go on.
Now, looking at table 11. Table 11. Table 11. Association between presence of chronic illness and intelligence score.
Okay,
that one is
it's not
the normal
significant.
p-value.
It's normal p-value now. It's not, and it's not even significant. So no association.
Sir, that one, this particular table, we fall under the fourth objective. Abi?
Other factors, Abi?
Yes.
Yes, there's other fourth objective, yes. It's only that it's not significant. The people that have no illness, they are more likely, because it's 20.1% of them that have optimal intelligence. Why the people that have illness is only 30.3% of them. There is only that the thing is not significant. Can you see?
Okay.
But you can see the percentage is even more there.
That's it.
So sometimes if you, maybe it's a good part of your study, maybe you are actually looking for something about that chronic illness. You can explain that, however, it's not different, it's not statistically significant. After you have explained that it's more among the people that don't have chronic illness, you now say, however, the difference is not statistically significant. You now code the p-value.
Okay. All right. I think I'm moving on gradually. Now,
The what?
The table 9.
Table 9.
9. Table 9.
You see the while I did here to help you put all these father occupation.
Yeah, in fact, I said this one is a serious work. Yeah, it means that you have to be lifting them one after the other.
Lifting them as how?
As in to bring out the
No, there's nothing big there. Like now, for occupation of father, there's nothing significant there. The occupation of mother, you will see
and
that as you are moving from higher up, the intelligence higher, 33.3 of senior public servant professional manager, their children are more likely to have optimal intelligence, followed by the next step. So as the level decreases, the proportion of optimal intelligence increases. So it tells you, what it tells you that the mother's education is very, very occupational. It's very, very important. The higher the more exposed the mother is, the more likely the child IQ, the performance of the child. That's what it shows you. Okay. Because it's the mother that is closer to the children.
Okay. I think the same thing with the education of the mother too.
Yes. Yes, even both of them also, but it's more prominent with education of mother, yes. Because the other one barely significant. But when you run regression, the education of father was still significant, but it was where we not do multiple regression. All of them fall out. They are still confounding because I think what makes different in the intelligence now is the exposure as per the type of school. You understand me now?
Okay. The exposure and the type of school of the child.
That is, which is exposure, which type of school. If your education, somebody's education is not much, or level of this thing, if we can afford to put the children in good school, the IQ of the children will increase. You get it?
Yes, sir. Because I noticed that in that place too, you use the Fisher exact for father's occupation instead of then you use it for mother's occupation as well. Meanwhile,
there's no Fisher exact for father's occupation, but for both of them, yes. The reason is that there are some cells, like the cell that has is 0, yes, 0. The maybe is 0, and that's one that have 7. Those two cells, they will be less than their expected value will be less than 5. You understand me now? Okay. And in this scenario, you are having, when you have, in fact, up to 3 cells, maybe the cell that has, maybe all those, maybe a hair, maybe the cell, well, maybe it's possible also, maybe 3 cells there because there are 10 cells. There are 10 cells. Unless if you can cross-check it, but you know, when you are running it, the computer gives you the alert, you know. If you cross-check that, you have more than 25% of the cells that have expected value less than 5.
Okay.
You understand? You can cross-check it even by calculating it. Row total times column total. You have a grand total.
Divided by grand total.
Yes. If you say for each cell, row total, like for the cell that has 0 now, that said the row total is 4. For that row is 4. The column total is 85. If you now divide by grand total, which is 432, that will give you 0.787. That's for the cell that has 0. The cell that has 7, the row total is 49. The column total times 85 divided by 432. That one is okay because that one, the things okay. You know the reason. Just only that one is the problem. Only that one because it's less than one. Because that one, first of all, calculated is less than one. If we have more than 20% of the cell having expected value less than 5, or if there's any one cell at all with expected value less than 1. So what happens here is that the cell that has 0, the expected value there is less than 1, is 0.7. So automatically, the chi-square is not valid.
It's Fisher.
Yes.
So it's Fisher. That's why the Fisher was used then. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then the social class now, I'm seeing that those that have it also increases from low to middle to high, from 6.4 to 22 to 26.6.
Yeah, so if you look at the social class, is a factor there. But when we did the something like it's no more, it's only that sex and medicine. So the reason is still telling you that because the people that have social class, they are more likely to be the one that put their children in private school. You understand now?
Okay. Okay.
So what makes different in the life of people now is the type of school. It's not whether you are, if you are a high class person, you put your child in public school, you may suffer for it. The high school may become like those of people we stay with. But if you're someone that doesn't even have money, it's not more exposed, but you can afford or try to put the child private school, the IQ of the child may increase.
Which
because
I think is the case.
That all these ones are significant now. Why I'm saying that is that they are significant here, but when you get to the regression, they are no more significant.
So, sir, the simple logistics and multiple logistics, in this case now, sorry for my ignorance. Why? Because I have a table 13 where you have simple and multiple logistic regression for all the factors that we have looked at.
And for all the factors that were significant on that chi-square table.
Okay, those are
only those ones that was selected. Yes, or except this one that almost significant because it's almost the one for that father education. Can you see 0.054? So almost also. So although anything that has 0. something, even if it's not significant, but since that is close to be significant, I included them in that simple logistic regression. And all of them are now significant in simple logistic regression until when you do multiple, it does drop out. And the simple regression is like, it's bivariate. If you know, the way we run it is that we look at the outcome intelligence and we look at each of them separately. We analyze it separately. Like for example now, BMI, stroke, intelligence, separately we see if it's significant or not. That's simple regression. Age, stroke, intelligence, we look at it. Stroke to intelligence, separately like that. So that's why it still shows, because it will still show the same thing most of the time. Since they are all significant, since they are significant with chi-square, it will be significant with simple regression. It's only on few occasions, especially if it's something you classify like age. Maybe when you do it, it was significant, and later it may not be significant, especially if you now run the age directly without categorizing it. So it looks like at least you are just still screening it still in simple regression. So when you do finish the simple regression, all those ones that are significant with you, you now run them together at the same time. Your outcome is intelligent. All of them are factors. You run them together. When you run them together, those ones that are not really factors, they will not be significant. For example, now, if you and your friend, when they give you a test, you score high. You score high, you score high. So if it is you that have been giving him, maybe it's your work that is copying. Of course, you score high, you score high. By the time they do exam now, that they put you together in exam, no room for cheating. So the person can fail. That's why we know the real person that know it. You get it now? So when they give assignment, people can pass assignment because someone can even help somebody to do the assignment. Or somebody can come and copy from the person that has done it. But when you now come to the exam, everybody at the same time together, they are watching them. It's only the people that know it that will pass. All those other ones drop out. That is just that is where the crude way of understanding this simple and multiple regression. You understand now? So these other ones are no more significant now. It's other things like even like the one that's significant that is confounding for it. Like now, high socioeconomic class that was significant, which is no more significant. It's because the children in private, which is significant, they are more likely to be from parents of high socioeconomic class. That was why it was giving impression that socioeconomic class was a factor. I don't know if you get it now. That was why it was giving the impression under the chi-square and the simple regression. But when you now do multiple now, no more significant because you have removed the feather of confounder. The confounder there is the type of school. That's what is confounding for socioeconomic class. It's giving impression that socioeconomic class is a factor, whereas it's the school that is a factor there because the socioeconomic class is related to the school or type of school. You understand me? It's related to the school type. That's why it was given that false, what they call spurious association. Spurious association. I think it should be true. I'm feeling sleepy. I just told you because I have a PCD today.
Anyway, I think as you allow you, if I have any further thing, I will let you know.
Okay.
But sir, can I have these recorded this thing so that I can still listen again to it?
What was that?
This our discussion. This Zoom discussion.
The record of it?
The record, if I can have it, so I can listen to it.
That record, when they send it to you, you don't receive it unless I put it in public. Let me put in public and publish it public. If I publish, I publish. Just if you just go to my YouTube, you get it. Go to Lapo YouTube, you see it. Maybe the other one is here now.
That one you sent it to me through WhatsApp.
Okay. Even before was I put it in the public domain.
I didn't see it. I tried.
If you type, go and type Google, go to Lapo YouTube, you see. If you not get it, you can now type, I say meeting with Dr. Afolabi. If you even now search it there, and type Afolabi, it will come out. It's there. I was going to say, if when you finish, so that I can delete it when you are through with it.
Okay, so that it won't be there forever.
Because, yes, because this thing is difficult to upload, to attach.
Okay.
Okay. And for you to download is problem also, but if you watch it, just open to the YouTube and watch, listen to it.
So I can
today you are through with it, tell me I will delete it.
Okay. This particular one, sir.
Because
this one is the sticker than the first one. But that first one, sir, is like you edited it. There were many parts I was not able to see. I was like, maybe you cut out some things there. I was not able to see to even listen.
Well, I wouldn't know that one. Let's see if the thing was going off. If the thing was going off, maybe the network was bad.
Like the part that you were trying to
record some parts.
The part you were trying to show me the table, that previous table that the person that first did it did. I couldn't find it on the
I
video.
don't know. Maybe if you watch it to the end, you'll see
it. I watched to the end. I watched it.
I will send this one, not that. I will send it, I will save it in the public domain. Just go and Google $2 for YouTube.
Your account number is still valid?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay.
All right, sir.
I will do the meme. I will do the meme and media. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I will add it to it.
Okay. All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. You're welcome.
So you look at the hello, sir. You just look at the class, the number of students.
No, that class. One is what you have there. You go and do it. Go and check. If you cross-check, okay. You correct it on last one and send it to me. You will correct it on the other expenses and send it away.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, good night. My regards to the family, sir.
You too. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.